I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Hey yo, I'm finally back. Who am I? Oh, thanks for asking. I'm the guy who played 14 parts of a visual novel and chose a route that's not even finished yet.
Fuck! It can't end like this!
Lost all motivation to do something creative, went to a pride parade, almost got alcohol poisoning, slept for 3 days and afterwards painted his nails. So all in all, I was missing for 3 weeks. But now I'm back and I want to try something different for once. Partly because I'm not ready for a new romantic commitment yet. So let's take a really quick look at Far Beyond the World. I bet you all of you are thinking, and who the fuck are you? Why would I listen to your opinion about a visual novel? Well, let me tell you why. I have the furry porn before, so I'm more than qualified to review a visual novel. Also, I played this game before and I would go crazy if I never made a video about it. So, Far Beyond the World is the title of a visual novel by Kale Tiger, a quite popular one too. On Itch.io, it's like the second most popular novel in its genre. Which is saying something, because you know how much the furries first after Ad Astra. Whew. I will give a quick overview of the first 2 or 3 chapters, just so you know what the story is about, but no, I will not get into every single little detail, because this story has so much text and information, I don't want to, and I can't mention everything. So, we start at a beautiful menu screen. The whole story begins in darkness, and it seems like we wake up and some kind of whisper is talking to us and we have like no idea where we are, so pretty standard stuff, of course. But then it gets interesting, because we wake up in a room, in an old room, no electricity to be found. Already a reason to be concerned. So we look around and we're confused, all that, not really special, but it's written good, I like it. Then the door opens and this motherfucker walks in. Yeah, you already know. I know the body proportions, especially in the upper body, are a bit weird, but you get used to it. It kinda gets normal after some while. We find out later that this is Vulgor and he's one of the 2 main wolves, maybe 3 in this whole story. And this is the character for the people who always choose like kinda abusive people as their father figures. So if you had like a hard childhood and you didn't process it correctly with a therapist, then this is probably the character you like very much. Absolutely relatable. He's rude, he's big, and he immediately wants to kill you. So if that's your style, I guess go for it. And he comes in big, chiseled, good looking, red eyes, and a fang out of the mouth. So he is attractive, yes of course, but is he nice? No, he is not. He doesn't know that we can speak, we panic, we get freaked out, and then he says, shut the fuck up, and leaves. We do not shut the fuck up, so of course he comes back and he's threatening us with this big ass picture in our face. And at first you're looking at this face and you're like kinda, ooh shit, am I going to die? And then you read this line and you're like a little bit, oh, yeah, okay, stop it. But then you realize, no, he's not joking, okay, so we gotta get back on track. You're scared, he's beating your ass, he's tying you up, and then you're sitting in this room, but this time muffled. So after some time, while we are scared in the corner, the next person comes in, and it is this wolf. Yeah, we later find out his name is Ranok. He is also connected to our daddy issues, but this time it's like the opposite. Like imagine when your friends told you that they will go out fishing or to the amusement park with their families, with their fathers, and you were just thinking, damn, I wish my father loved me. That's the father figure you wanted to have. Ranok is the one you were jealous of. He's big, he's buff, he's nice, he's cuddly, and he cares for you. So of course we like him. We will take the Stockholm Syndrome. Okay? Thank you. Ranok comes in, he's immediately worrying about you. He sees us tied up and gets mad at the other wolf. So they talk about anything, they're like, oh, who is this guy in the corner? Oh, no, he was loud. I don't care, you need to be nice to him, oh, you're ugly, no, you're ugly. And then at some point, after they're done fighting, Rannoch is finally untying us, or at least takes the thing out of his mouth, which turns out to be his underwear. Haha, wow, okay, a little bit fan service. Nice, yeah, I appreciate it. He tells us their name, Rannoch and Vulgar. As I said before, Vulgar doesn't like it, well, tough luck, bitch. Now they start to fight again, and this time for real. And you find out, ooh, they are Moon Brothers. What are Moon Brothers? Well, let me tell you, that is one of the things that is so incredible, especially in this story. Because there's so much lore, so much things you have to remember. It's so deep. And this is both a huge compliment and also a little bit of a critique. I need side notes to remember everything that is happening in the story. Or maybe I'm just too stupid for it. Moon Brothers are two people who were like born almost same time when the moon was up, and these two were born together. But I think like one was born during the eclipse, and then the eclipse passed, and then the other was born, and something like that. It's coming up later in the story. You can read it if you want to. But anyways, Moon Brothers or sisters or siblings have to do everything for each other. It's like an unbreakable bond. So Rannoch is saying, you better leave this bitch alone, or I will never speak to you again. And then Vulgar is like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, I don't care. Well, then we want to see ourselves, but there's no mirrors, and then Vulgar comes out, and I decide to trust Vulgar because apparently I do have daddy issues. And then he shows us our face, and not much we can see, but these thin lips, already a bad sign. It is kind of weird that we are a human in like a furry world. We do not fit, and it also is a little bit weird what kind of relationship we are having, because I always think like, are we a pet? Are we a prisoner? Either way, it's not good that I am potentially of romantic interest to you, but that's your trauma. I don't give a fuck. So we continue the story, and finally, the queen is walking in. Please welcome Melissa. Jokes on the side, this woman is incredible. She's probably my favorite character. First of all, looks gorgeous. Hot as fuck. Yes, sadly, not dateable. Second off, she's like the only character in this game who's like clearly thinking, rational, and she's so done with this shit that these two idiots are always spurting. It's incredible, and I love it. Every time she came in, I was actually reading the story. I was not skipping. So she's like the shaman of the clan, so she's like connected to the spirits, and she has also something to say, not as much as the chief, but she has something to say, which is fine, and of course we want her on our side, because they will kill me if we do not have her on my side. They're arguing about something. Rannoch is like, oh, can he stay? He's cute, I want to fuck him later. And then Varys is like, what? You're weird, but anyways, I gotta check with the chief. And Vulgar is always like, let's kill him. And everybody else is like, no. So this is the whole first chapter, I guess. And we move on to the night, where not much happens except that I get something to eat from Vulgar, who is giving me something through the window, and then Rannoch checks on me before he goes to sleep, and yeah, that's it. Next day, it gets interesting. You wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Yeah, Kesha, thank you. And then you leave your room, and the first thing you see is dick in your face. Let me reenact my initial reaction when I first time played this game and I saw this. So separating chambers, opening the... Whoa! That's a dick! And balls. Huh. So after this little embarrassing hiccup, we're having breakfast together, and this man is absolutely crazy for cooking 6 eggs and 3 pieces of bacon, because 1, the bacon to egg ratio is horrible, and 2, why are they having 6 eggs? Now I know why everybody is so buff in this universe. 6 eggs for breakfast? That's so much. Oh my god. So anyways, we're talking about the world and something about tigers and the Lion Clan, all of this crazy, fucked up. Yeah, too much lore. If you're interested, again, play the game. I'm not going to talk about everything here. Afterwards, Varys and Vulgar are back, and they're, well, a little bit concerned, because they tried to check it with the chief and with the clan, like, hey, what if we potentially had like a human in our midst, you know? What would happen to them? And the chief was like, well, Electric chair, of course. So they come back to the house and they tell Rannoch that, and they say, okay, so the only way we can keep the human alive is if we wound him, because this clan has like this rule that they have to protect every living being that is wounded, and that's the only way that I will not get killed. And then they say, okay, who's going to do it? And you can either pick Vulgar or you can pick Rannoch. And again, for some reason, I picked Vulgar. Daddy issues, I don't know. No, but actually it was objectively the best choice because they explained it before. So this guy also asked me if I want to take some gulp of alcohol, and I said abso-fucking-lutely, I don't want to feel this thing. And then he stabs me. And then they look at me and they're like, oh shit, how are you feeling? And I'm like I was stabbed, what is your problem? And then I pass out or something. So now I have a chance that I'm not going to get killed if I found out. And yeah, in that night, I have a fever, of course, because I just was stabbed, my body's reacting. And Rannoch is checking on me, again, stupid question, how you feeling? I just got stabbed. And then I suggest that he sleeps in my bed. Weird, but okay. And he accepts with some not really straight remarks. It's not that I'm having any problems with that. But if you know what you know later, it's kinda weird that he immediately gets flirty. Another male offers him to sleep in his bed and he gets flirty. So, anyways, the next morning you wake up and you get poked by his morning erection. Why am I saying it? Well, because it's like the main point of this whole scene. Yay, fan service, okay. That's the furthest you will get for a while. So, Rannoch wakes up and he's like, oh shit, bad, oops, did you like it? No, but then he runs out and it's very awkward, which I don't understand, but cool. And then suddenly he gets very defensive and very mad with this line, and he straight up says, I'm not like that, with like a disgusted face. Hello? Like I can smell the homophobia from here. He's actually disgusted. So he's just projecting. Now we know he's in the closet and you're bi.
You're bi.
Accepted. So they, in this clan, everybody who's homosexual, they call them defective, which is absolutely disrespectful, holy shit. But again, they don't even have electricity, so I don't expect them to be able to deal with homosexuality. Anyways, you talk about more or less nothing, then you wash yourself, and Rannoch wants to leave or change, I don't know, and then he suddenly rushes back and says like, you have to fucking go. With balls out. One of my favorite scenes, by the way. Yeah, someone's coming, so you try to hide in the closet, metaphorically, and he is actually able to clear this. They're leaving, everything's fine, and you come back out and they're like, oh cool, awesome. Well, I guess that's great, but then that's the switcheroo, because they come back for a second time, because the kid you saw before, oh shit, I didn't mention that. Yeah, you saw a kid through the window and the kid saw you, so this kid rattled you out, and now these people are coming and saying like, where the fuck is this human? And this time, they're not quick enough to hide you, and then Daddy Chief comes out, my guys. Yes sir, but then of course I noticed he wants to kill me, so it wasn't as hot anymore. Well, Rannoch is freaking out. He's like, no Daddy, don't do it to him. And the Chief is like, no, I gotta kill him right now. So a lot of chaos left and right. And then in the next illustration, which looks like the fucking Chief is taking a selfie while torturing my son on the weekends. But in reality, he's holding you by the neck with his paw. So again, not that much fun. He wants to kill you. You say something in the language. They are stunned and fucking gagged and fucking done with everything. So they don't know how to react. And then Varisa comes in and she kind of saves you. She's like saying, no, we gotta talk about this, blah, blah. Okay, that's all. There's so much happening in this story. Like, you chilling with Rannoch in his bed, with him being in denial again. Afterwards, you drinking beer with Vulgar, which by the way, happens a lot. These wolves are absolute alcoholics. Afterwards, you have like a romantic date in the rain with Rannoch, which again is just platonic because I really do like females. You're bi.
You're bi.
You're finally getting into the village and meeting some people, like for example this twunk, and also some other female wolf wants to steal your man and you do not take that shit, but again, I'm not going to get into it. And you also like speak with the spirits with Varisa at some kind of lake, so a lot of things happening. And this again is like chapter 2 or 3 out of 8 or 9, so this story has a lot. My verdict. What would I say? How do we rate this? Well, far beyond the world. If you want to have a rich story with interesting characters, a little bit of depth, a lot of angst, and well, it is kinda emotional, then yes, absolutely, read it. If you actually want to jerk off, fucking no.
I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like